Hello and welcome to UK Fitness Hub. My name is Travis Tarrant and today we're going to be talking about plantar fasciitis. We're going to be covering what it is, how to fix it and speed up recovery, as well as showing you some stretch and exercise techniques to hopefully speed up that process. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's cover what actually is plantar fasciitis. So really quickly and simply, plantar refers to the sole of my foot. Fascia is just connective tissue. Now in this case, we've got our heel bone, which is known as our calcaneus, and fascia connects from the calcaneus all the way to our toes. Now that fascia is inflamed, so that's why it has itis at the end, so fasciitis. So anything that you see with itis, tendinitis, cystitis, all is inflammation of the origin. So that's what I want you to think of when somebody says plantar fasciitis. It's not scary, that's what it means. Now, how do we go about fixing it? Well, really simply, you're not going to like my answer, which is a lot of rest. Now, if you're somebody that just cannot do a long period of time of just resting and you've got a job and you've got things that you have to be getting on with, these next stretches and exercises may really help to manage the pain. However, do think about having a little period off if you want to completely solve it as fast as possible. So let's get into those management techniques.
One way to bring the inflammation down if you've got plantar fasciitis is to actually get a can or a bottle, freeze it overnight, and then use that ice cold bottle first thing in the morning for 60 seconds just to roll on the sole of the foot. And this can bring the inflammation and swelling down. The fascia can get really tight in the foot, and a nice way to actually release this is doing toe lifts. So very slowly lift your toes up as high as you can. And each time you lift your toes up, the fascia has to lengthen in the foot. So don't do this to the point of excruciating pain, but mild discomfort is fine. Make sure that you can tolerate it at all times and you're being really slow with the movement. If you're looking for something a little bit more direct and abrasive, you can actually use a massage ball. Tennis balls, by the way, will work exactly the same and they're really, really good to use because they've got a little bit of flex and give. Massage over the surface of the foot for 3 sets of 30 seconds and try to avoid bony structures like the actual heel itself. Now, at first glance, this next one might just look like a banded calf stretch. However, there are subtle differences, and that's the position of the band on my foot. I'm actually putting it higher up where my toes are. And if I was doing a normal banded calf stretch, I'd put it a lot lower. Now, this is to try and, again, get length within the fascia of the bottom of the foot. If you're thinking, well, I don't have a resistance band, what can I use? You can use a belt or use a towel, anything of that nature. And if you are using a resistance band, be very, very careful when you do pull back, because the higher you come up the foot, and if you're where your toes are, you don't want it to actually slap you back in the face. So make sure you're being very, very careful. If you're somebody that plays sport or likes to train regularly, make sure that after any leg-based session, you're doing this calf stretch. And I've added in a little bit of toe flex as well, so we get that same property of stretching out the bottom of the feet. And I often get asked by runners and athletes, why have I got plantar fasciitis? And the simple answer is, it's thought to be caused by overuse and stress being placed on the foot. So make sure that when you do come back from rehabilitating plantar fasciitis, you're making sure that that length in the foot still remains and it doesn't just tighten back up again. One of the most underrated things we can do is actually self-massage. Now, the best time to do this, in my opinion, would be after a bath or a shower. That's because the tissues in the foot are actually already warmed up. Now, you can use moisturizer or oil, but it's not essential, and you want to massage along the whole length of the arch from heel to toe. Then when you go across the entire width, make sure you do each foot for 2 minutes minimum. Doing this can provide a fascial release, so increasing circulation and reducing tension, as well as the tightness that's prone in plantar fasciitis.
So that concludes the end of today's video. Now, if you did learn something new or I've helped you out in any kind of way, a like and subscribe would really go a long way into trying to promote my channel to help out other people. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you do and are suffering with plantar fasciitis at the moment, I hope you get better soon. I've been Travis Tarrant. Thank you very much for watching.